When we talk about the power of the seas in South Asia, two names stand tall: the Indian Navy and the Pakistan Navy. Both navies serve as guardians of their nation's maritime boundaries, projecting power, protecting trade routes, and ensuring national security. But how do these two naval forces stack up in 2025? Let's dive into the depths of this fascinating comparison. The Indian Navy in 2025 stands as one of the most formidable maritime forces in the world. With over 67,000 active personnel, it operates a fleet of more than 150 ships and 300 aircraft. At the core of India's maritime strength is its blue water navy capability, meaning it can operate far beyond its shores, across the world's oceans. In contrast, the Pakistan Navy is more modest in scale, with approximately 14,000 active personnel, supported by around 50 ships and a smaller air wing. It is largely a green water navy, primarily focused on coastal defense and limited regional operations. Let's begin with the aircraft carriers, the floating air bases of the sea. India boasts the INS Vikramaditya and the newly commissioned INS Vikrant, making it one of the few countries in the world to operate two active aircraft carriers. These giants serve as the backbone of India's power projection in the Indian Ocean. Pakistan, on the other hand, has no aircraft carriers, focusing instead on frigates, corvettes, and submarines for naval operations. When it comes to submarine strength, both countries recognize the strategic importance of underwater warfare. The Indian Navy operates 16 submarines, including the nuclear-powered INS Arihant, a ballistic missile submarine that gives India a credible second strike capability. More nuclear submarines are in development, strengthening India's nuclear triad. The Pakistan Navy has around 8 submarines, including the Augusta 90B class, and is expected to receive 8 Chinese-designed Hangor-class submarines by 2028, significantly enhancing its underwater capabilities. However, as of 2025, India holds a clear advantage in submarine warfare, both in numbers and nuclear capability. In terms of surface combatants, the Indian Navy fields 11 destroyers, 13 frigates, and numerous corvettes, patrol vessels, and amphibious ships. These include advanced stealth destroyers like the INS Visakhapatnam, equipped with state-of-the-art radar systems and BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles. Pakistan's fleet includes 4 destroyers, 11 frigates, and a growing number of missile boats and patrol crafts. With the addition of Type 054A-P frigates from China, Pakistan is steadily modernizing, but it still lags behind India in terms of quantity, tonnage, and firepower. On the aviation front, India operates a wide range of naval aircraft, including the MiG-29K fighters from aircraft carriers, P-8I Poseidon long-range maritime surveillance aircraft, and Kamov helicopters for anti-submarine warfare. Pakistan's naval air arm is smaller, operating helicopters and a few surveillance aircraft such as the ATR-72, but lacks carrier-based fighter capability. One of the biggest differences is in nuclear deterrence. India has a well-established nuclear doctrine supported by naval platforms. The INS Arihant-class submarines can launch nuclear missiles while submerged, creating a credible and survivable second strike capability. Pakistan's Navy does not currently operate nuclear submarines, but it is reportedly working on nuclear-capable cruise missiles launched from conventional submarines, though these are still in the developmental phase. In terms of strategic presence, India operates from several key naval bases across both coasts, including Mumbai, Kochi, and Visakhapatnam. It also maintains logistics agreements with countries like the United States, France, and Australia, allowing Indian ships to refuel and restock at bases worldwide. Pakistan's strategic footprint is more limited, but with Chinese support and the Gwadar port, it aims to enhance its reach in the Arabian Sea. Let's talk about naval doctrines. India's doctrine emphasizes sea control and power projection, aiming to maintain dominance in the Indian Ocean region. Pakistan's naval doctrine, meanwhile, focuses on sea denial, asymmetric warfare, and coastal defense, relying on submarines and fast attack crafts to deter superior adversaries. Now, no military comparison is complete without discussing alliances and partnerships. India has strengthened ties with the Quad nations, the United States, Japan, and Australia, conducting joint naval exercises like Malabar, enhancing interoperability and signaling strength. Pakistan, in contrast, leans heavily on China for naval support, training, and equipment, and regularly participates in bilateral drills with the Chinese Navy. In terms of modernization, India is pushing forward with the Maritime Capability Perspective Plan, aiming to build a 175-ship navy by 2035, including more nuclear submarines, destroyers, and a possible third aircraft carrier. Pakistan is also modernizing, but at a slower pace, constrained by budget and technological dependence on foreign partners. So what does this all mean? In 2025, the Indian Navy outmatches the Pakistan Navy in almost every domain: aircraft carriers, destroyers, nuclear submarines, maritime aircraft, and global presence. However, Pakistan is not to be underestimated. It is agile, strategic, and heavily investing in asymmetric capabilities, especially submarines and missile technology, to counterbalance India's superior numbers. But remember, military strength is not just about weapons and ships. It's about doctrine, training, leadership, and strategy. Both nations continue to expand their capabilities, but with different objectives: India with a global outlook, and Pakistan with a regional focus. The oceans may seem vast and silent, but they are full of strategic currents. In this ever-changing naval chessboard, the Indian and Pakistani navies remain locked in a quiet yet intense contest for influence and deterrence. And that's the state of the Indian Navy versus Pakistan Navy in 2025, a battle of ambition, technology, and strategy across the high seas.